Welcome everyone back to another edition of our NASCAR Heat series right here on Gamer Life. My name is Rich and let's get this one started. Before we do go any further though, I just want to say a big thank you to you all once again for being here. I can't tell you how much that means to me. And hopefully guys, hopefully I can repay you all with a good race today. We've got Atlanta Speedway for the Folds of Honor 500, 81 laps, 345,000 purse, and yeah, that would be really nice and help us along on our way nicely as we just continue to try and build and develop this team and move it forwards and upwards. We're not doing too badly at the moment. As you can see, we are second in the championship. But last race was really difficult for us. It was the short track at Phoenix. That is up on the channel now if you want to go and see that one, along with all the other races and even the very building of the team before we even took to the track. They are all there. But yeah, back to Phoenix. Really tough track. I knew it was going to be difficult. I'm not the greatest at the moment on short tracks anyway. We didn't have a car build for a short track, which led me to go away and do some thinking. But before we get into that, we did finish 23rd. It was a really tough race. So yeah, if you fancy a bit of a laugh and see me absolutely struggle my ass off, that video, like I said, is up now. But it did leave me with some decisions regarding what to do next with the team, because if you look in the bottom right, we've got Atlanta today, then we've got Homestead, which I tend to struggle with as well, then we've got Texas. All three are speedways, but after that we've got, I think it's Richmond and Bristol, which are two short tracks. So it left me with a bit of a decision. Do we want to ease the pain on the short tracks and have a half decent car there, or do we just play to our strengths and get another speedway? What I decided to do in the end was to play to our strengths and have two speedway cars. Hopefully that way we can repair one week and have some people, we employ some more employees working on the new car as well at the same time, so we've always got a fresh car for a speedway. Because at the moment it's where we are. We're not a big team. We can't be good everywhere and everything. We're just building as we go along. So yeah, I decided that what I was going to do is to go and get another speedway chassis. And as you can see, that's exactly what we just did there briefly. So with that done now, the recap of the last race out of the way, the look at the championship complete, I think it is now time to go and head to the track for this Folds of Honor 500 at Atlanta. See if we can have a good finish today and boost the confidence back up and put some more money into the bank, because as you can see right there, at the moment we are absolutely skint. So here we go then, we've gone to the track now. It looks like a really nice day today, really warm. Whether that actually plays into this game or not, I don't know, regarding tyre temperatures and all of that lot. But in any event, it looks warm. My driver there, looks really confident going into this one, which is always a good sign. So we're off on our qualifying run now, build lap first and then obviously the timed one. But this again is the part of the video where you guys come in with your predictions. Where do you think we're going to finish in the race today? Are we going to go well? We're going to struggle? We're going to have another bad one, or hopefully turn it around and have another really good one? But I feel like we've yo-yoed a little bit this season. We've had good results and bad results, but they're not consistent. They really bounce up and down from week to week at the moment. So hopefully if that trend continues, we're going to have a really good one today. But we do really, on a serious note, need to start adding some consistency to our performances. We got really close to the wall there as we go down this back straight now. Again, as usual, I'm not expecting us to qualify well. We don't have no single lap pace in this car at the moment, so qualifying is always going to be tough. As we know, we've learnt by now that we need about 9 or 10 laps to get the car going. So with 2.1 seconds off the pace there, and that puts us stone dead last in 40th. So that may help with your predictions. As normal, there's the comments box below, and there's also the Game Alive Twitter, both of which you don't just need to put predictions in there. I actually would like to take some feedback from you guys about how all of this series can evolve and get better. Things that you want to see that are not here at the moment, or anything like that. Obviously I'm trying to think of things myself. But yeah, it would really help to get your guys' feedback as well, because at the end of the day you are the ones that watch these videos, so it'd be nice to have your input and know that you're enjoying what it is that you're watching. But in any event, the story of the weekend so far, as I've missed it this time, as we're about to go green for the first lap in Atlanta. We've surprisingly got nh5 on our outside at the moment. That's really strange. I'm assuming something went very wrong in qualifying for him, but if I was doing this now, I would be thinking just let him go and try and follow him through the field, because he's obviously going to end up finishing really high. I've mentioned it numerous times now, but his car is absolutely rapid, so if we could hold on to him for this first couple of laps until our car loosens, that would be a really good plan. At the moment we've got a shot from behind there in the rear bumper, which has sort of put us out of shape a little bit going into the first corner, and as you can see, it's helped people get past. We really didn't need that there. We're way too tight on the first couple of laps to be getting shunted like that. But I'm not too worried. Hamlin's gone already, which is a bit of a shame, but I'm not too worried at the moment. As normal, this is expected of us for the first probably 9 or 10 laps. So yeah, there's nothing new going on. The fact that we're struggling at the moment. The track layout itself, it seems quite nice at the moment. We can hold line even with the car the way that it is, so that's definitely a positive. It's just that we don't have that overriding speed at the moment. But saying that, we might just get down the inside now of the 00, is that? Yeah, but again, even though we can hold the line, we can't hold it quickly, and he gets back past, which is unfortunate. But we skip forward just 3 laps now. I'm not sure if something's gone on up ahead, but we seem to have caught these cars really quickly, and as you can see, with no problem now, we went down the inside of one. We got LaJoy on our outside here, tried to come down to the apron, but we was having none of it, and the car seems to be getting to that loosen stage really quickly around here, which is definitely a positive for us. The 51 there, no match. Yeah, we're just flying past them at the moment, and it's really encouraging. We've got probably an extra 2 or 3 laps out of this car that we wouldn't normally have. Ross now doesn't decide to come down, which gives us an easy ride down the inside of him. We've got Haley up ahead. Is he going to come? No, he's not going to come to the apron, which means we don't have to lift off. He's running that high line at the moment, the 16 there. It's a nice looking car, that one, actually. I do like that. But in any event, nice looking car or not, we have to get past him, and we do so as we move on to lap 8 now. And we got Stenhouse in front of us. He was having a battle, went a little bit wide, and that just opened the door for us to shoot straight underneath again. Same with Reagan. That little battle that they had there as they was going through the corner seemed to slow them both down and helped us out tremendously. Nemechek now, we decide to go high, so you can see there that the confidence is definitely building. And I did want to go over Nemechek and under Dylan in one move. It wasn't possible as the door sort of closed, but we do it just not as smoothly as I would have liked. We get past Wallace now as well. Boucher's not going to put up much of a fight either in the 17. and we're just able to hold our speed and momentum through these corners now, and we're powering down the straight and we're just getting past cars for fun at the moment. The only problem is really that the field seems to have spread quite quickly in this race as we move on to lap 10 now. We're having a bit more trouble getting past McDowell here. He's obviously got really good speed as well, and look at that, I think we traded a little bit of paint because I did see sparks, but that was some really close stuff. But in any event, we've now cleared him as well, and we've got a nice little bit of air at the moment to just use and try and run down the next pack of cars, which we do on the very next lap, a lot quicker than I actually thought we would. They seem to be a bit further away than that. We've gone underneath one already. We're just following Hill now. I'm assuming that he's going to go up high as we come out of this corner. He actually doesn't, which surprised me a little bit, but still we've got the momentum on him surely. We do tap him there and we just send it down the inside. We touch the apron a little bit, but it doesn't really disrupt us all that much, and we blow past him as well and get right onto the back of Carter as a result of that. Alan carrying that momentum again down the inside of him, and we try now to catch up to Bowyer. I have noticed on this track that these guys are not really defending as hard as I thought that they were going to. Maybe it's something to do with the difficulty setting. You guys can let me know that as well. I'm not claiming to be anywhere near fast enough or experienced for hard yet, but it's just something that came to me while I was recording this, that yeah, the cars, for some reason, maybe it's just something on this track, I don't know, but they're not putting up much of a fight. They are just letting us go straight by them. We'll get another example of that now as we just pass Suarez as the caution comes out for the first time today. And I'm pretty sure I've just seen a car facing backwards, which is never good. But yeah, here we do. I'm just going to gamble and not take any tyres to try and keep the car as loose as I can to keep that momentum going. We've gained a massive 20 places off the pace car, which is it good or not? I suppose we're about to find out right now. Just like we did before, I'm not too fussed if the first 5 or 6 cars go past, because they're just naturally going to be quicker than us anyway. We hold that inside line at the moment, and off the start line, well, the restart, we have been absolutely swamped at the moment, and there's a car going now either side of us. So in hindsight, I think that probably I should have took the tyres. As you could see there, Hamlin just went past us as well, and yeah, we cut straight away because for whatever reason there was another pace car come straight out, and this time we do take the tyres and we have to start the race again pretty much. We're stone dead last where we qualified, only there's now 60 laps left instead of the 81, so we have got a lot of work to do here now. There's probably, we've got about 3 or 4 laps fresher tyres. Maybe that will help us, I'm not too sure. But yeah, we've got a hell of a lot of work to do now, and we've got pretty much quarter of the race gone already. And in theory we've not made any progress, so we've just got to wait for the car to loosen up again and try and go again. And we do just that. It's took us 4 laps to get onto the back of the pack, but we are back on it now. The car is loosening up nicely again. Thankfully it's doing it quicker around here than what it's done around other tracks, and that's really going to help us since we lost a whole heap of time behind those 2 pace cars. It was my own fault. I should have took the tyres the first time around and maybe would have still been higher, but nothing we can do about it now. We just got to crack on, just drive the car as hard as we can without losing control of it like we did in the last race a couple of times. And yeah, just foot to the floor now, see where we end up. When there's pace cars and things like that, the field sometimes does get messed up, so I'm not sure whether we're going to be passing lapped cars at some points or whatever. I don't think the race got to that point, to be honest, but we shall see. At the moment everything's been for position. We're back behind Chastain here now, We'll try and give him a little bit of a push past the car that Haley's driving, the 16. We successfully managed to do that, and can we now pass Chastain ourselves? I thought he was going to start coming up to the high line, but he didn't. He stuck exactly where he was, which threw me a little bit. But in any event, we managed to get over him. So yeah, there was a little bit of defending there. We were mentioning it earlier, so it is nice to see. Now once again, past Nemechek, past Wallace, and we're back on the back of Dylan, and look at the closing speed here. There's not even any need to cut, so I'm not going to. We'll just stick with it. Absolutely just roared up to the back of him. We did have to get out the throttle because he had the line that we wanted, and we go past him quite easily as well. And once again now we're in that little bit of air that's free before we catch up to the next pack of cars. And they are actually in front, going 3 wide at the moment as they come off the exit of that corner. That was nice to see. There's another 2 cars in front of these, so we've got a little pack of 5 here. Maybe that puts us up to 22nd, and that will, if we can hold there, get us our sponsor objective that I did want to get in the last one, but it was unfortunately not possible. We don't struggle with McDowell this time, we just blow right past him. Now, nice little battle going on the high line as we come around the corner now towards the start finish. We've got Newman in there. I'm not sure who else is in there at the moment. I'm still too new to this and have to wait for the game, the name tags. They're going to try a 3 wide. It looked like Newman was going to try and force a 3 wide there, but it didn't materialise. He was blocked well. We can get in on this action now as we go underneath the 66. It proves a little bit tougher than what it did earlier. You got Blaney there as well, so that would have been a 3 wide, but it never happened. We get a little bit of a toll from Newman as we go underneath Blaney, and that is us up into 22nd from 40th really quickly, which is encouraging. It's only been 10 laps. We get down the inside just of Newman there, having to give Bell a little push now, and as he goes a little bit wide due to that push, he leaves the door open for us to just slide in, and that is 20th position. Just like that, now we're in the top 20. All we've got to do now is avoid more cautions and we should be fine. Hopefully this is 20 and 30, like I said, this season, especially in the early part of the season, is where I think we should be aiming for. So we're there at the moment, and we've got a lot of cars in front of us, so we can get a lot of bonus positions here. Bowman was sat right in the middle lane there, and I didn't know whether to go over him or under him, and in the end just stayed sitting exactly where I was behind him. We do now pass him though. Kozlowski, who surprisingly actually it's the first time we've seen him today. We seem to be sharing a lot of the track with him during the early races of this season, but we get past him really easy as well. And at the moment, guys, the car feels absolutely electric. It's just doing everything that I want it to do. We've not got them snaps of oversteer or understeer. The car is loose. It's like on the edge of grip again, which is where we seem to be performing, so I'm just having to learn to drive with it like that. I learnt a lot from the last race as well, where we really struggled, and I was putting less input into the control pad as we went through the steering as I could, just to keep it nice and smooth and keep the speed as well. It's really difficult, well, I find it difficult to do that on a control pad anyway, which is why I really do want a wheel for this game. But yeah, that'll come in the future hopefully. But back to the race, we're still making positions here. I did touch the apron there, which got us a little bit out of shape as we went past a couple. Amirola there. We touched the inside of the apron again there, but again we get away with it. And we pass the next pack, and it's on now to the pack in front. And these are not actually packed now, as you can see they're spread nicely out, so it's going to be one at a time at the moment. We again touched the apron there, but we did have a lot less momentum. We had to take avoiding action there because I caught the car in front a lot quicker than I was expecting to. And then to my surprise, people have started pitting already. So maybe now we can use a lighter car that's handling well, with a lot of pace in it at this point in the race as well. While they're coming in, maybe we can just stretch our legs a little bit. We can stay in the clear air, use all the track that we want as we're going through the corners, and yeah, hopefully this will work really well. Maybe this is the benefit of that decision now reversing itself. You know, the two pace cars that we had, things look really bleak, but we can still push on now in a lot of clear air while these guys are pitting, and maybe that's something that could make the difference in this race, as we're in a lofty P6 at the moment and we're still going really well. There's a problem up ahead as well, so we might get a free pit stop here. I don't know if I actually want that, and it causes us a spin because we had to take avoiding action again and it put us on the apron. So now I think that there is going to be a pace car. It's kind of our fault and kind of not really. It's just that's one of those incidents, but it's not worked to my advantage because I really didn't want a pace car at this point. I mean, yeah, we are second now, but I just have this feeling that we're going to get swamped again. We was going so well, the car felt really good. I did not want the pace car, but it has happened now. We've got to deal with it. Bush here, as you can see, he's trying to force his way out, so up the track. We're not going to let him. We're going to use my old favourite move to just pinch him into the corner and not give him the line that he wants. And what actually happens there is that forces a 3 wide as cars now do start to swamp us and we're caught in the middle. So in hindsight, that really didn't work. I should have just let him go. And yeah, we're just now again trying to stay out the way of all of these guys as they get past us, and we've got to wait probably about 4 laps before we get the kind of pace back that we had before. So we're going to try and drive defensively and stay as high up the grid as we can until the car loosens up, and then maybe, just maybe, we'll be in a really good position here. So here we are now, like I say, 3 laps later. We got the monster car behind us that I drove last season. He's actually giving us a bit of a push at the moment, which I don't mind at all. We do decide to come down. He nearly spins us there as I tried to straighten the car back up after getting that little shot to the bumper. But either this lap or the one after is where, if the car follows the pattern of what it's done recently, we'll be able to start moving forwards rather than backwards. But again, we nearly get spun there. We almost went 3 wide as well. It didn't quite happen, and the guy who nearly spun us, to be fair to him, has now given us a little shot to try and catch back up to Bush in the monster car, which is exactly what we're going to try and do. We're still building a bit of speed here. We get another nice little push there, and maybe we can shoot it down inside of Dylan and Bush, and that's exactly what we do. And there's a little tiny gap there. It's actually a lot wider now. I was going to say to go in the inside of Bell and Hill as well, and we do manage to do that, and now we find ourselves in P15, a lot closer to the lead car, and the car's starting to feel a little bit like it did earlier in the race. So it could be a good finish for us today, guys, hopefully. Having said that, the 66 is not giving up this position easily, but he's on the outside. We've managed to stay down by the apron, and he's now gone. We've left him behind, and we're on the back of Cole Custer in the 14th position at the minute. Again, it looked like he wanted to get to the apron there, but we just said no, and yeah, we passed him. There was a little wobble there as this little stint, this part of the race goes on this set of tyres. I don't know what it was. The car didn't feel as nice to drive as it did earlier in the race. I'm still not going to moan about it after what it was like at the short track, but it just seemed a little bit more unpredictable than what it did on the old set of tyres. So not sure what's going on there, but we'll deal with it. We're in 12th at the moment. We look over the top of Bowman but as he was coming out I knew he was going to go up high, so we sort of crisscrossed there, and now we've got the inside line that he wants to come back and get, but that's not available for him, and we get underneath him as well. And now we've got Carter in a little battle here with Blaney, and here is Kozlowski again in P8, and we make quite quick work of all three of those as we move back inside the top 10. It's lap 52 now and we're going really well. The leader has stretched away again, and I was just checking that there's a lot of the races this season, if you've been following you'll know, have been one stops unless there's been a caution. But this one, it looks like we are actually going to have to pit again at some point. But there's been three safety cars or pace cars already, 3 cautions in this race already, so you wouldn't bet against another one. But we're a long way off worrying about needing to pit at the moment. He's on a roller now. It looks like he's gained a lot from the pit stops and cautions. He was probably still out on track and got a free one underneath the pace car. So you know, it's benefited him a lot, but we do get past him as well, and now we've just got a lot of clean air now to catch up to the guys in front. But we have got to finish the job. There we go, on a roller, and we do that as we just cut him off before he tries to shoot one down the inside. And we rejoin now a few laps later. We have run down Logano and the guy who's in front of him as well. And yeah, this is for 5th place, guys, and we've just shot it down the inside, no problem. Byron as well in the 24 doesn't come down, so shoot down the inside of him. And once again we've got a lot of clean air now, and we're in a very, very nice P4 at the moment. And it was at this point in the race that I was starting to think, do we try and pull what we did a couple of races ago? As you can see there, I'm really thinking about it. I just pulled it up and pit now. Oh, there's a problem there for somebody stopped on the side of the road there. Couldn't quite make it down to the apron. Yeah, but I was starting to think to myself, well, do I pit now, take the pain now while the field's spread out just like we did before, and then if there is a safety car or a caution, we won't have to pit under it like everyone else does. But then I was also thinking to myself, this race is a little bit different because we've already, as I mentioned earlier, as we run down Bush here now, there's been 3 or 4 cautions already. I mean, I've lost count in this race, and if we were to pit now and then as we take P3 underneath Bush quite easily there, yeah, if we pit now and there is another caution, we could be in the same position as we found ourselves earlier, where our tyres will be really worn and we'll get swamped by everybody just sticking on probably 4 new tyres. So at this point I was a bit undecided. I'll just check again for the fuel. As you can see there, we're down to 35% on the front right now, which is a little bit worrying. But being in P3, I did notice, if you pay attention to track map as well, we're gaining a lot of time on the lead car at the moment. We're actually faster than him, so yeah, it was a really tough call, but at the moment I'm deciding to stay out and see if I can actually catch him on track and use this car while it's in the state that it's in. A little note on the car as well. How I said it was unpredictable and that earlier, I've sort of just grinded through it and figured it out, and as the tyres have become more worn, another really weird thing, yeah, as they've become more worn, the cars become more predictable rather than more unpredictable, which is weird, but I would definitely take it. And as you can see, again, they're adamant on running that top line. If there's a reason for that, guys, let me know. because it doesn't seem quicker. We're just getting underneath everyone without really having to fight them. Is that something to do with the difficulty setting that I'm playing on, or anything like that? Please do let me know, because obviously when we're playing racing games we want to see some good hard racing, and it's been more this track than any of the others. Maybe it is just quicker to be down by the apron, but it's been really easy to get past most of these cars. So yeah, let me know if there's anything I can do, or any settings that you're running that will make it a bit more competitive. Maybe I'll just try the next couple of races on hard before we go back to short tracks and see how we do there. I don't know, but in any event, we're now in first place as the 19 has pit, and it is now got to be, we need to avoid any kind of distractions from any other cars like that one there, as we nearly get took out. We have to use this car regardless of what happens to the tyres. What I was gonna say is we're gonna run it until there's no fuel left, but again the caution has come out. Don't know if I wanted that, to be honest, just as we get into P1, because we're now in P5. Hamlin's on the outside of us, he's just gonna blow past us, and yeah, we've not a lot of time left in this race now. We've got to wait again, that 3 or 4 laps, just for the car to come back to where it just was. Hopefully we can still be in touch with the lead pack this time, but I would highly doubt it. Probably coming out of this turn we're going to get swamped. We're nearly getting spun here at the moment. We can't go anywhere because Hamlin's on the outside, and that could have been really bad there. Can we send one on the inside of Byron with the help of a little push here? We try, but we just again don't have that speed at the moment. But as I say that, he just got out the throttle by the looks of it to settle in behind Truex, and it almost gave us a little bit of room there to go and overtake him, but no, and just as predicted, we're just falling backwards again, and we fall all the way down to P17. The car's now starting to pick up its pace again, but look how much further away from the lead that we are now. Before that pit stop happened, we were that caution happened, sorry, we were P1. So really frustrating, but I suppose it's all part of the fun. We're gonna go down the inside of Johnson at the same time, tried to go over Reagan as well. We tried to force the 3 wide, it didn't happen, so we took him behind Reagan, get a bit of draft there, and we shoot it down the inside of him. We should have the momentum as well, and we do, to get past Johnson. Bell now is a little bit slower than us at the moment. He looked like he was going to come up, but he didn't materialise, and we have to stick behind him again. So we'll just use him to pull us past Kozlowski. And now can we go around the outside of him? It's the long way around. Will he come up as we go under? No, he won't. He sticks in the middle, and he moves up gradually now. So again, a little bit of defence there from him, but he chose to run that high line again, and we just slip easily past him as we just stick to the apron like we have done all race. I'm a roller again. I think this is the 3rd time seeing him in this race. We get past him quite easily as well. You got Suarez using that high line, and he's De Benedetto, yeah, he's gone back up as well. So again, we just hold our line and we take away P12 from him and run into this clear air. We've only got a few laps left now, guys, so we need to keep our foot to the floor and just hope for the best at this point, really. And we run all the way to lap 80 now and start to catch these guys up. We have got the fuel icon on, and would you believe it, there is another safety car now. So yeah, it looks like this race is done and dusted for us now. We've took the tyres, we've took the fuel, and yeah, we got 2 laps. It takes at least 3 or 4 for our car to be quick again. So what could have been today, guys, without the cautions, we had a real good shot at one point of winning this race, but we just got to keep our foot in now, see what we can do, get the best result out of this race as we can. And something very strange is happening here at the moment, because we are just blowing past a hell of a lot of cars. I did not see this coming. We got Amarola again there for the 4th time, and we feel that confident that we tried to go down the middle, but the space was just not there. And now we've got 2 laps left once again. Amarola makes us get out the throttle a little bit there, but we finally find a bit of space to get past him. And look at this for a move. Underneath Amarola, over the top of Benedetto, underneath Bowman. That was a real nice little move there. Under, over and under again. Blaney now, we use him to pull us past Hamlin, because I wasn't confident that we'd get past him on our own speed. We also use Blaney at the moment to try to get down the inside of Byron, I think that was. Unfortunately that wasn't to be, and we end up in P9, so it's not as bad as it could have been. And that is going to do it for this one, guys. Thanks once again for being here and watching. It means a great deal. I know that I've not been my normal self today in this one. A lot of bad stuff went on yesterday that I'm not going to go into details of, but I wanted you guys to still have the race to watch and the video to come out. It is the last one in the current batch, so as I mentioned earlier, if there's other things that you want to see regarding this game, replay cameras, I'm still trying to learn to use that and race footage at the moment, but I can't make a decent looking video out of it, so I am trying that in the background. But other than that, if there's anything else that you want to watch, or maybe you think the videos are too long or not long enough or anything like that, please do let me know. It's gonna be, I'll probably record the next one the day that it comes out and edit it, so it gives the maximum window for the suggestions to come in, and hopefully you can see them instantly. After this race I did change the car number as well, so we're going to be rocking the number 83 from this point onwards. But that, like I said guys, is going to do it for this one. Once again, thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day and you're all doing really well, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.